Hey Zacatech Nation, welcome to my review of Dream Scenario, a movie that pairs A24 with Nicolas Cage. A golden pairing that should have happened a long time ago, but we finally got it, and this movie is absolutely brilliant. I'm gonna break down why. Let's attack it. The premise and the story of this movie is one of the most unique premises that I've seen all year, and actually in a long time. We don't get a lot of movies about dreams. You may have like sequences in movies about dreams and people dreaming about stuff, but a whole movie that affects the way you interpret dreams and things like that, we haven't had anything like that since Inception. And I think this is the best movie to use dreams since that movie. And I think that why it's so great is because they didn't just go with this wild idea. It had nothing to say. It had so much to say. And the premise is just so wild and funny that it just adds to the enjoyment of the movie. Can you imagine Nicolas Cage plays this mild-mannered teacher, very boring, blends in with the pack of all the people in his town, and then one day he starts popping up in everyone's dream. He doesn't know why. He doesn't have superpowers. He doesn't even understand what's going on. But because of this, he becomes famous overnight. And some of these dream scenarios are absolutely hilarious and also nightmare fuel inducing. I gotta say, the way they portrayed the dreams and how he was in them and how it was set up where he was kind of like just standing there in people's dreams and not doing anything, while people are having these distressful dreams, he's not helping anything, and how that affects him, I think was really brilliant, and how that progressed throughout the film. Just imagine, you just go to sleep. Wait, who are you? Why are you in my room? What is going on? I'm you. Okay. That was a dream, I hope. Yeah, that's how surreal the dreams can be. Well, obviously with A24 production and much better, but the premise is not the only good part. The best part of the film is Nick Cage. Nick Cage is one of the hardest working actors in Hollywood. He does like 4 or 5 movies a year, maybe 7, and some of them are great, some of them are mid, some of them are terrible, but he's always the best part of each of those movies, even if they're not good. And I think that he brought his A game in this film. He said this is one of the best scripts that he's seen and read in a long time, and I can tell that he took it with a lot of care because he gives an Oscar winning performance to me. He has one of the best performances I've seen all year. This movie would not work without his brilliance. I think he did a fantastic job playing this character, playing this dad who's kind of a lame, into ants and the science behind it, and he wants everyone to read his book about it, and he just has all his crosses just going against him. His colleagues are doing better than him. His daughters don't think he's cool and don't want to hang out with him. His wife loves him, but you know, that relationship is just like simple and plain kind of, even though it's really sweet. And he finally starts to get some shine because of these dreams and the way Nicolas Cage progresses through the movie, where he's kind of this naive guy that doesn't really want the fame but wants to take advantage of the situation to promote his book that he's been trying to get off the ground. I think that going from that to how he slowly starts going unhinged, and him playing the allegory of a character or a person, like we've seen it tons of times. Somebody on TikTok, YouTube, or whatever gets famous and they weren't even trying to, really just made a video, and then all this fame comes to them too fast, and then all the craziness happens, all the negatives of that, and the movie touches on all those things, and Nick Cage goes through all those phases and nails them perfectly. The supporting cast is really good, but you're here to see Nick Cage, and he does a fantastic job, I think, throughout the film. And I touched on the themes when I was talking about Nick Cage, but yeah, it talks about cancel culture and how quick we are to cancel somebody even though we don't know them, and that really deep dive into the movie. But I think that the movie talks about something even greater than that, and just how we view people even though we don't know them, just based off things we heard, and how gossip affects people. Because before social media and cancel culture, there were gossip magazines right there when you go to shop, when you go to Key Food or go to a supermarket, and they're still there. every day, every time I go to a supermarket, there's still gossip magazines there telling lies about people. People read them, believe them, and just put that on their character, and all of a sudden they hate this person for something they didn't do, or it was misinterpreted. I see so many times where someone will say something in an interview and that's the headline, and people are like, oh, this person is terrible, look what they said, they're so stupid. But then when you click on the article and read the whole thing, you realize, oh, okay, this person didn't say or do the thing that we thought they did. It's just this article's taking advantage of what they did. And they even touch on that in the movie. Companies trying to take advantage of scenarios and different things like that, with Nicolas Cage having these dreams and getting popular, wanting to try to put him next to certain people so they can dream about it as well. And all that was really, really fascinating, and they really deep dived enough in it. Not like too crazy, they probably could have went a little deeper, but I think just enough so it can get you thinking, wow, be also really, really funny. Craziness and the funny of it all really enhance all the themes as well, because it's not like they're just pushing sour medicine down your throat. It's sugary and sweet, so you're like catching what they're picking up, but also enjoying it at the same time, because this is a comedy. It's like a dark comedy horror a little bit, and it's just really, really funny. And let's talk about the next part. And the last thing I want to give you is that this movie is hilarious, but also scary. There's so many gags going on in this film, so many funny moments. Just think about that concept of someone being in your dream and how crazy that would be, and how they execute it, and how it slowly turns into, oh, this is cool, to it turns into a nightmare. Just you going to a restaurant, someone's like, hey, you look familiar, like, do I know you? And you're like, no. And then you see this person gossiping about you, and you see this person talking about you, and then your whole class is telling you all these stories, and his insecurities and everything like that, the way they play off all those things is really, really funny. And even some moments that you feel awkward, like this is one of the best hilarious scenes are in this movie that I've seen this year, where he's in a room with a girl that had a particular dream, and we know about what the dream she had about him, and she's kind of trying to recreate it, and it does not go the way you think it's gonna go, and they really nailed it. Really, really funny. I probably laughed for like 60 seconds straight after that, and my whole theater was dying. So while the movie is funny, the scary aspect of it is like, if this was to actually happen, you get all this fame out of nowhere and all these things happen to you. Yeah, it's really nice in the beginning, but once you do something that people interpret as a negative, how everything turns on you and your life can just spiral. And they really nail that, especially in the second half of the film. And the first is like a film of two halves, but I think they work together really, really great, with a really, really great like last 10 to 15 minutes that really nails everything and really brings it home. A lot of movies don't know how to bring it home, and I think that this movie nailed all the character arcs and all the themes and wrapped it up in this horrifying, scary package that will make you laugh, make you think, but also make you feel awkward and tense because of all the things that's going on. It's a roller coaster ride, I gotta say. So yeah, my final thing on Dream Scenario, this is one of the best movies of the year. This is one of the best performances in Nick Cage that he did this year. I don't know if he's gonna get nominated because the movie came out so late, so a lot of these people who vote on these things are not gonna get to check it out right away. But I love this movie. Another hit from A24, another hit from Nick Cage. This is the director who did Sick of Myself, which just came out early in this year, and that was a crazy movie. So I'm really on the lookout for this director, and I think that this is a movie that everyone should check out. I think it's fantastic. I had so much fun. I've been wanting to talk about this with you guys for so long. So with that said, I'm gonna give Dream Scenario an A. Did you like it? Did you hate it? What would you rate Dream Scenario if you've seen it? And if you have not, based on my review, are you going to check it out? If you like my review, hit that like button. If you want to join the Zach Attack Nation, attack that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you can be notified of my reviews, reactions, live discussions, and much, much more. And you can watch more of my content right